So integration is one of my favorite words these days. So to think about an integrated framework like the polling power framework is, to me, worth considering in a real way. It's something that puts together different pieces in a way like cooks do in a kitchen, really. You know, the best chefs do, right? They take ingredients that have been around forever and they put them together in different ways, and that's what makes a special plate. So to think of the polling power framework similarly as things put together in a new way, and it adds value because it helps people integrate their lives. It helps someone see what's important. It helps someone realize or remember what they want to get out of their time here on this earth, what they're responsible for, what they have passion around and purpose around, what they have resources for. So I think putting it together is a really useful tool for folks to have a measurement, a way to take inventory or take stock of where they are, what they're doing, and make some decisions about how they want to move forward, which is really the only way to go. So even though those boxes may not have been checked prior to this moment in time, you know, looking at that framework in an integrated way and seeing, hey, how am I integrated in my life? And if not, how can I be more integrated? By using that framework can really help someone see how things can be different, how things can be better. I'm a change agent. I've said I've always been about change, and it's no wonder I'm in a time in my life right now where things are changing. So they say that the transition that goes on for a while is really transformation. And being in the work of transformation in the world, it's quite useful to have this be my own experience in life. And so I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social entrepreneur. I've been working in a field that is new, that 10 years ago people weren't talking about mindfulness at work or well-being or positive psychology. And they are today, 10 years later, which is great. So a lot has changed. I have been through different iterations of my professional life in the past 10 years of being this in the world, taking this to the world, and being at an impasse right now of taking stock. So the polling framework is actually really helpful to take stock of where I'm at and where I want to be. So as the vision changes, and it does, I tell people this all the time, that you keep your vision alive because it's not something that you create and then it becomes a static thing. It is something that's constantly evolving. So you have to be open to your priorities and vision shifting. And you have to be curious about ways that you can increase your leadership or increase how you're helping others. And that's what I do in the world. You know, I help others, and I help others help other people. So I'm using, you know, the ideas of the framework to help me see what currently are my priorities. And professionally, I love working in organizations. I love attending to culture and thinking about, hey, what is the current, how does it feel to be around here today? And taking stock, we have this tool called the Human Capital Energy Audit, where we could take a look and measure, you know, how do people feel when they're here? What are the beliefs that we share? What are the values that we share? What are the agreements that we have as an organization? And are they in greatest alignment with who we want to be? And so bridging that gap is something that I help organizations do. And as a consultant, you know, you're jumping from place to place, which means that I could impact lots of different places. It also means something in terms of belonging. Belonging is actually one of our core brain needs as human beings, right? If you think about our evolutionary history and what it meant to be a part of a tribe, the worst thing for any member of a tribe is to be on the outside of the campfire, right? And as a consultant, you're sometimes outside the campfire because you're seen as the outsider. Although I'm really quick to tell people as I come in as a consultant that we're all temporary employees here. You know, nothing lasts forever, which is the truth. But I'm just wondering what it might be like to be an internal consultant for a little while. I've never had the experience of being an internal consultant and doing this work. So I don't know if I'm curious about the grass being greener on the other side, or if I'm being aware of what resources are actually greater in the world today than they were 10 years ago. As the economy continues to increase, you start to see more organizations looking to fulfill this function of a culture curator, of someone who's attending to people and leadership development. And that's not a surprise, right? You start to see these functions step up when things get better in the economy. So I just feel like it might be an interesting time to open that door a little bit and see, who is where and doing what that might feel right for me to participate in right now.